Hi everyone, in this video we're going to have a quick look at awareness because I touched on this the other day and I wanted to create a video around it for anyone who missed out on the live on Tuesday. The live sessions continue on Tuesday at 12 p.m. GMT for anyone who is interested in joining us for the chat where we talk about manifestation and talk about everything that we are doing on our journey through self-development, and we ask questions and answer them. So anyone who is interested, that is 12 p.m. GMT on Tuesdays. So when we are looking at awareness is something that we actually become more in tune with as we are consciously elevating through our manifesting journey, or simply just consciously elevating through our mindset journey, where we are becoming more aware of the negative beliefs that we hold in our subconscious mind. So when we are thinking about awareness and awareness of thought, it becomes more natural to who we are as we elevate on this process. So I know in the live the other day I talked about Dr. David Hawkins and the map of consciousness, and anyone who knows about the map of consciousness that Dr. David Hawkins conveyed in his work, you will know that there was different levels of consciousness that we all calibrate on when we are feeling a certain way or when we are thinking a certain way. And obviously then the lower that we calibrate is the lower that we feel, meaning that we will be dwelling on feelings of shame or feelings of guilt, or we will be, really focused and dwelling on our egos, and we will be weighing ourselves down, meaning that we are not elevating up on the map of consciousness. So the highest on the map of consciousness is enlightenment. And even as a human on earth, we may not actually ever experience the highest on the map of consciousness, but we do want to experience the other levels that are close to enlightenment, which is, joy and bliss and love and happiness and everything that we strive to experience as we are becoming more aware of the thoughts that we are thinking and the perceptions that we hold in our mind. So when it comes to awareness, and practicing awareness really comes into practicing being in the present moment. It's not so much that we have to actually will ourselves into awareness. Awareness comes naturally to us. And when we become more aware of our thoughts, for me, when thoughts are popping up in negative ways, we know that we don't have to be attached to them, because we are more aware of what they are. They're just simply thoughts. We actually end up becoming non-attached to what is coming up. So for example, if you are someone who is meditating and you're meditating on just maybe pure silence, but then all these negative thoughts start coming up. In that meditation practice, you have the choice to be aware that all they are is negative thoughts, and they're like, a train passing by. So really all we have to say is, oh, there's some negative thoughts passing by. And it's the same for anything we are thinking about. Let's say we're meditating and we're thinking, oh, I have to go and do grocery shopping, or our mind is wandering. We just stop ourselves and we be aware of what is happening here. And we say to ourselves, oh, there's just ideas of the day going by. There's just tasks of the day going by. Everything that we are doing in meditating is to come back into that awareness of the present moment. Everything that we are creating is in the present moment. So when we look at past and we look at future, really all we are doing is bringing all of that into the present moment. So when we experience something in the present moment, it is our awareness of what it is that we are actually choosing to believe it to be in this present moment. As we know, when we are consciously creating, three people can sit down and they can look out into their reality, and depending on how aware they are of where they are in that reality, they're all going to experience different things. So it's like reading a book, and everyone's going to have different perceptions about what is going on in the book because of where they are in their mindset or how they perceive things in reality, if that makes sense. So when it comes to awareness, allow awareness to be, because all awareness is simply just being. It's simply just being in the present moment. When we come into this knowing of just being aware, we understand that we are essentially nothing. And I don't mean that in a worthless way. I mean that we all exist simultaneously, but really when it comes down to it, everything is happening right now in this present moment. And when we don't attach ourselves to anything, we understand that we are just a presence of nothingness, really. And when we come into this understanding, this is how we actually allow ourselves to elevate more, and we calibrate higher up on the map of consciousness, because we're simply surrendering to the present moment. We're becoming aware that this is all that it is, and we're actually allowing it to just be as it is and accepting it as it is in the moment, but with the knowing and understanding that as we continue to do this, a part of us is going to start getting lighter within ourselves. And if we are getting lighter, we're kind of coming up higher, because we're surrendering our mind and our body to everything that is going on around us, and we are actually allowing ourselves to connect higher on the frequency of what it is that we want to create, if that makes sense. So when we're manifesting, I know that a lot of the time, people talk about the law of attraction, and talk about how, you don't have to be in a high vibe and all of these type of things to manifest. And while this is true, we do have to understand that we are all energy beings, and we do actually have an energy field. So you'll know yourself by the emotions that go on within your body. You will know what energy field you're tapping into in those moments. And the map of consciousness by Dr. David Hawkins is very, very good in giving us an understanding of where we are on that map in relation to our emotions. There was a quote on it as well too, that was understanding that the wisdom was not allowing thoughts to creep up that weaken you. So if we have negative thoughts and we have all these emotions that we're dwelling on over a period of time, we're going to start weakening our immune system, because what we actually dwell on in a de-stressing way is going to de-stress the system, if that makes sense. It's like we separate ourselves from what is truly us in the present moment by actually disengaging with joy and bliss and happiness and love, and dwelling on the negative past results or experiences that we have. Now, this does not mean that we do not acknowledge what has gone on in our life. If we are somebody who went through trauma, it is very, very important to acknowledge it, because simple acknowledgement of it is the actual moment where we let it go, where we actually transcend over it, where we say, I'm not afraid of you anymore, because I know that I am bigger than that, I am higher than that, and I am not allowing myself to be weighed down and pulled down on this map of consciousness, we could say, by allowing you to exist, because I keep relating back to past trauma in a way that was something to do with who I am, and it's not. So acknowledge it, because acknowledging it, as I say, is actually allowing it to set it free, to forgive it, and to actually move up higher on that level of consciousness, and to continue on creating your life in a way that is more desirable to you, because everything does come down to the choices that we make, whether we are actually consciously aware of manifesting on this journey. Everything we do comes down to the choices that we make, and we always have a choice to decide what it is we're going to think, how it is we're going to behave, and how it is that we're going to act in the present moment. Because as I say, everything is always in the present moment, and we are just experiencing the present moment from a different point of view. And when we come into this awareness and this understanding, this is where we understand then that we can change our beliefs, because when we look out into our reality and we're not happy with what is going on, or maybe we don't feel good about what is going on, we have the choice to say, okay, let me get still. Let me see what belief is holding me back here, that is causing me to be stuck, or causing me to not, allow myself to be free, and allow myself to transcend and feel lighter within myself, and engage with these lighter prospects of my intelligence, and of the higher intelligence as well too, which is all love and bliss and abundance and peaceful and harmony, and all of those feelings that make us feel lighter within are the feelings that are true to us. Because if they were not the feelings that were true to us, we wouldn't be feeling so negative about having negative thoughts, or guilt and shame and all these feelings that don't feel good. They wouldn't feel I I mean, they would feel good if they were supposed to be a part of who we are, but they're not supposed to be a part of who we are, and that's why they don't feel good. And so all we have to do is engage with what was holding us back, acknowledge it, accept it, know that it had its purpose. It taught me this, it taught me that. But now I am letting it go because it doesn't serve me anymore, and I am going to transcend higher. Every single day that I wake up, I am going to consciously choose to see myself as this perfect whole being that the universe knows me to be. So I thought I would make a video on that. If you have any questions, you can comment down below, and I will chat to you soon.